What is up, my friends? You are very welcome along to today's game. We are taking on Newcastle in a massive game in the Premier League. Team news is in. I will go through it in a moment. As always, I hope that you are all in good spirits. Nice to have you in. And yeah, let me just go through the team news for you. 1 second, my friends. Apologies that I am a couple of minutes late. Sometimes on match days things can get a little bit hectic, but we are here. We are good to go. And I will take you through the Liverpool 11 momentarily as soon as I get it on my screen. Right, I'll do it myself and bring it up this way. Right, whoa, so big news today is Mohamed Salah not only is in the matchday squad, but Mohamed Salah starts today's game for the Reds. So as you expected, this is your Liverpool 11 for today. Alisson Becker in goal, Trent at right back, Robbo at left back, Joel Matip comes in alongside Virgil van Dijk for today's game, Alexis McAllister, Dominic Szoboszlai and Endo in midfield with Mohamed Salah, Lucho Diaz and Cody Gakpo as we expected up top. For Newcastle, it's Nick Pope, Kieran Trippier, Fabian Schär, Sven Botman, Dan Burn, Sandro Tonali, Bruno Guimaraes, Joe Linton, Miguel Almiron, Alexander Isak and Anthony Gordon. That is your Newcastle 11. And I hope we're all ready. I hope we're good to go. This is a big match day, my friends. And could lay down a marker for the season. And I'm not going to lie to you. I'm very nervous. I'm very nervous. So can we all say a big hello and a big welcome to Gary, by the way? It's Gary's first match day with us in the background. Connor's been taking me through the last couple of games so far, but it's Gary's first day producing a watch-along in the background, so much love. Can we get some love in the chat for Gary? Welcome and make him feel like I feel part of the Anfield Agenda family. Nice to have him with us. Appreciate all his hard work. As always, these things are a learning curve for all of us. So let's show Gary some love. Go on there, Gary. Right. What are we thinking? Let's I love it. I love it. Yes, the love for Gary. Well in. I'm in good spirits today. Because you know what? I think we're going to do well. I'm not jinxing it. I'm not going to be that dude. But I'm feeling an optimistic spirits today. And I'm just delighted to see the midfield that I've been looking forward to all week. You know, Endo in the 6 where he belongs. And then Dominic Szoboszlai, Alexis McAllister ahead of them up front. I've been reading Dominic Szoboszlai's interview this week. He did an interview, I think, with The Echo as well, where he spoke about life at Liverpool, what he expects, what he wants. And I'm buzzing. I'm buzzing. Morning, cutie. Oh, hello, Colin. Hello. First super chat of the day, but we'll take it. Excited to watch this pressing machine of a team finally together. Hope Salah gets a goal and assist to show he's staying. So, on that one, I still don't know how to feel about the Salah situation, in all honesty. You know, tried to just ignore everything yesterday on my day off and not really think about it. I guess we'll find out over the next 5 or 6 days if anything is going to happen. But today, Mohamed Salah has a job to do, and that's to stick that round inflatable thing in the back of the net. Is Salah leaving? I've no idea. I truly don't know. Your guess on this is as good as mine. I've said the same thing all week, lads. Until his agent or Mohamed Salah comes out and rubbishes it, and I know he did it a few weeks ago. I'm with you on that. But things have changed a little bit since then. The offers are getting a bit higher, and the clock's ticking. So I would have loved to have seen Remy Abbas or Mohamed Salah come out and say no, nothing to it. But while we haven't seen that in the recent set of offers, I'm a bit nervy. I can't lie, I'm nervy. Whereas Canade, he's injured, mate. Klopp said in his press conference on Friday, I think, if I'm not mistaken, my friend, it was a muscle injury. So, I've got a bit of an announcement to make, my friends. Today, after the game, we do our match day reaction. We do the player ratings. But you guys are going to get a brand new video as part of our match day experience here on Anfield Agenda. It's going to be an industry first. And we're going to call it, are you ready? Gary, you ready in the background? ... Squad Battle. That is right, my friends. Squad Battle. That is going to be a new feature of all the big games here on Anfield Agenda. The way Squad Battle is going to work is as follows. I'm going to pick out 5 battles throughout the pitch. Let's say, as an example, Trent Alexander-Arnold versus Kieran Trippier. Which team's right back had the better game? I'm going to give you an argument for both of them, and we're going to repeat that process through 5 battles in the pitch, 5 key areas in this game. And at the end of it, I'm going to put together a combined 11 from the game and how they played. So it could be 6 Newcastle, 5 Liverpool, it could be 11 Liverpool, 0 Newcastle. But that's what we're going to do. Squad battles is going to be a new part. It's a segment that I invented, and I hope you guys enjoy it, because we're going to be rolling it out, and there's a few more bits and pieces we're going to add into it as we go along as well. So squad battle coming up as part of your post-match experience here on Anfield Agenda, and when everybody in the industry starts copying it, I'll take that as a compliment. You feel free to rob it and copy it. I'm just telling you, this is going to be what's happening moving forward. We're not here to take part. We're here to take over, and that's the plan. And we want to make your match day experience as enjoyable as it can. So shout out to Connor, shout out to Gary in the background for all of their hard work. It's been a really, really busy week for the boys this week to get set up. So yes, squad battle. Keep an eye out for it. It's going to be a new video drop in about 2 hours after the game. So keep an eye out for that later on. And yeah, appreciate it. Connor came up with the name, by the way. It was Connor's idea to go with squad battle. I couldn't, myself and Gary were racking our brains, couldn't think of an idea for the name, and then Mr. Crosby, as he often does, comes in with the goods. Hey Craig, how are we? Up the Reds, 3-2 Liverpool. Hope you had a good morning. Would love to be a mod someday. Davino, are you not a mod? You're a mod now, mate. Sorry. No problem making you a mod, dude. You're around well long enough to be a mod. There you go. You're now a mod, Davino. You work so hard, I want to do my part. Thank you, bud. Appreciate you. This isn't work, mate. This is not work. This is a pleasure. And I don't know. I'm really looking forward to this. Not just obviously as a Liverpool fan today, but this is a good game. Like, this is a game you should be looking forward to. Nervy, of course, because Newcastle are a very good side. I have a lot of respect for the Geordies as well. But it could be a big one. If we get the result today, my friends, it could be a big one. What a successful season for Liverpool in your opinion, Craig, and is it achievable without Salah? So you know what? I'm in the minority around the Salah situation. And look, I love Mo. I hope he stays. I hope he continues to break records. And I think next season was in my head, at the end of this season, where I thought Mo would leave. But I want to say something just to make it very clear. Any player, and I don't care who you are, if, and I don't know that Mo does, but if you want to leave Liverpool Football Club, off you pop. It's that simple. So, is these things this season achievable without Mo? I would say yes. And the reason I would say yes is, I remember back to when we lost Felipe Coutinho, and I remember how heartbroken and angry I felt. But I also remember how much Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain and some other players stepped up that season after Coutinho left. So if the worst happens, and it would be terrible, let's be honest about it, but if the worst happens and we lose Mohamed Salah, do I think we can cope this season? Well, yeah, I do. We're going to have to replace a lot of goals, but I'd back the boys to figure it out. But that being said, none of us want to lose Mohamed Salah, but we don't know where we're at. Life goes on. Yes, it does. Look, I'm long enough in the tooth that I can remember losing some players that have really, really hurt me. Losing Luis Suarez for me was really tough. Losing Fernando Torres was tough. Losing Mane was tough. But all good things come to an end, and we can't change Mo's mind. If Mo wants to go, fair enough. But the most important thing that we have to remember right now, and I want you to listen to me, this is important. Sheffield United have just equalised. That's the important part. It is currently Sheffield United 1, Manchester City 1. I'm going to repeat that again. And I was building up to that, by the way. It is right now Sheffield United 1, Manchester City 1. Sheffield United 1, Manchester City 1. Can they hold out? Let's wait and see. 5 minutes plus stoppage time to go. So Klopp has told beIN Sports before the game that there's nothing new on the Mohamed Salah situation, so that's good news. There were some reports coming out of, I think it was Al Jazeera via beIN Sports, something like that, that said that Salah had made his decision, he wanted to go, or maybe that was not Jacques Talbot. It was one of the journalists from Europe who was saying basically he thinks Salah's going to go. I've no idea. Karim Adeyemi would be a great investment for us. His game is the spitting image of a young Salah. Scorching pace, great ball control, loves the cutting with the left foot. Klopp's compatriot and still very young, said Aaron Garza. Thank you, Aaron, for that very kind super chat. Could I repeat that? No problem, Gary. I will repeat that for you, my friend. It is Manchester City 1, Sheffield United 1. Or flip that on its head because Sheffield United are home. Pepinald. Do you know what? Why is it Manchester City get penalties for stuff that nobody else gets? When Erling Haaland gets a chance to score from the spot, the refs can't give the penalty quick enough. When any other team has a player that handballs that far away, they say, oh no, that was too close. It was only 2 yards away. The player didn't have time to react. But when it's Manchester City, penno for Man City. But fortunately, Haaland shit the bed. But did you guys not notice that? City, handball, blatant, nothing. Haaland giving the ref a load of lip. No yellow card. It's double standards yet again. It's ridiculous. Penalties that nobody else get and no yellow cards when anybody else even blinks at a referee, yellow. City player berates referee, nothing. Grand. Sure, it's Haaland. We can't be booking him. It's weird. And it's bugging me already. I'm sick of it. You're either going to start dishing out these yellows for players gobbling back to the referee or not. And it seems like you're not at this point if you're the officials. Alvarez just missed the sitter. He did, yes. Replace Salah with Matoma? No. Too old. You don't want to replace Mohamed Salah with somebody who's about to turn 27. You want to get somebody in who's young and hungry. And I would suggest somebody like Kvaradona, Rafa Leao. Probably the two at the top of my head. Oh yeah, of course City get their their winner. Rodri steps up. Rodri looks like his mammy tucked his shorts in, or his jersey into his shorts. He looks really weird in those long shorts. Lads, this City team is not what it was. I'm not scared of this City team this season, lads. Not at all. They're not a patch on previous seasons from what I've seen so far. Fair play though, Rodri. Good goal. Salah leaves, Saka is best, too expensive though. There's no way. Look, why would Saka leave Arsenal right now? It would be madness. He's on 350 grand a week, Saka, I think. He's an Arsenal boy. Arsenal are in a far better position than we are to challenge at the minute if you're looking at the squad. So yeah, there's no way that he leaves LFC Lloydie, but he would be a good replacement. Some strike that from Rodri, wasn't it? Ooh! Left foot, top bins. Good strike. Right. Shall we take a look-see at the bench today and see who's on the bench for Liverpool? Joe Gomez, Darwin Núñez, Harvey Elliott, Diogo Jota, Kostas Tsimikas, Stefan Bajcetic, Ben Doak, Quivin Kelleher and Jarrell Kwanzaa. That's Liverpool's bench. Newcastle's bench today. Dubravka, Lascelles, Wilson, Target, Barnes, Livramento, Murphy, Anderson and Longstaff. That is the bench for Eddie Howe and Newcastle. I would love Bowen for Salah if he's gone. Don't say that, lad. People's heads would melt, Colin. If you're not allowed to say Jared Bowen. Some Liverpool fans just think Jared Bowen's James Ward-Prowse 2.0. I'm not one of them. I like Jared Bowen. But I do think he's suited to a specific style of team. But I do like Jared Bowen. But I don't want to talk about Salah leaving, Colin, because I don't want Salah to leave. But be nice to hear from him on it. Would I take João Felix? I wouldn't, no. No, it wouldn't be my cup of tea, to be honest with you. Not in this Liverpool team. I don't see... No, we need pace. And I don't think João Felix has pace. So if we got rid of Salah, I'd want somebody who's a rocket. Like I would. Because that counter-attacking speed, I used to love when we had Mane and Salah tearing down on defenders on the counter-attack. Do you remember that lovely image? I think it was against Arsenal, where there was somebody caught it from the tunnel at Anfield, and it was us on a counter-attack, and we just zoomed past. It was a thing of beauty. What about Chiesa? Doesn't really have all the attributes I would want, but look, Chiesa is a good, solid signature if you could sign him. But look, we're talking about a player who's still at the club now in Salah. So until we know different, we assume Salah stays. I just feel like it's be a lot easier if they just told us 100% that he wasn't going, no matter what happens. The fact that there's no communication from Rami Abbas, that's what makes me a little bit unnervy at the minute. Nunez and in Salah spit. I don't know what you mean by Nunez and Salah spit, mate. Sorry, that's confused me. Look, Salah's here, so let's just see what happens. I mean, our window closes on Friday, and without any undue criticism of Saudi, I don't really give a shite about Saudi. I'm more concerned about Jurgen Klopp getting a midfielder and a centre-back before Friday. And yet again, my friends, we're in a position where our club has done sweet Fanny Adams over the last few weeks with the window coming to a close. Our owners are an absolute disgrace, and if there's anybody still supportive of our owners, hang your head in shame. And once again, we're going into a season ill-prepared, understaffed, and trying to hope our manager and this squad can pull miracles out of their backside. And that's on the owners, yet again. Just not good enough, John. Do I agree with Endo starting? Of course, 100%. Maximus Jones. That's what he's brought in to do, play in this position. So yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing it. I'm looking forward to seeing McAllister and Szoboszlai in those advanced pressing positions in midfield. I think I'm absolutely fine with the team selection. I would have gone for Gomez over Matip personally. But let's wait and see. We'll have a look at the Newcastle starting 11 again for those who haven't come in. It is going to be on your screen, of course, as well. It is Nick Pope in goal, Kieran Trippier, Fabian Schär, Sven Botman and Dan Burn. Then it's Tonali, Bruno Guimaraes and Joelinton, who is fit enough to play. Miguel Almiron, Alexander Isak and Anthony Gordon up top. For Liverpool, of course, Alisson Becker in goal, Trent at right back, Robbo at left back with Joe Matip inside alongside Virgil van Dijk in the centre-back pairing. Then it's going to be Wataru Endo in the 6 with Alexis McAllister and Dominic Szoboszlai ahead. On the right-hand side, Mohamed Salah. Left-hand side, Lucho Diaz. And through the middle, it's going to be Cody Gakpo. Would you buy Victor Osimhen for 150 million or push Serge Gnabry if Salah left? No to Osimhen, because again, I don't think he's the right style of player for us. I'd rather Kvaratskhelia. And Gnabry, no. Because I'm weird about Gnabry. I still see the Arsenal, the Tony Pulis Gnabry, even though, he's done very, very well at Bayern. But, no, we won't go and buy an established player. I'd be very surprised if we did. Only few people I would replace Salah with, said Christopher, if I had to, is Musiala, Kvaratskhelia and Leao. Well, Musiala is more of an advanced midfielder, but I do love him, so I'm with you on that regard. Kvaratskhelia and Rafa Leao, I'm right on board with, mate. My preference there would be Rafa Leao, if I'm being honest. People say he plays on the left, but, I'm sure he can play on the right if needs be. Or I'm sure we can figure out a way to swap Lucho across. We'd figure it out. Be a nice problem to have, but we don't know if it is a problem yet because we have to wait and see what happens with the Salah situation. What about Rodrigo? Again, you're just living in La La Land. Liverpool have never bought a player I'm aware of from Madrid for money. So there's no way we're going in to take Rodrigo or Vinicius Jr. or anything like that. Valverde would be a potential, but again, we've left it so late in the window. My honest feeling was if we if we were to get rid of Mohamed Salah, I don't think we replace him in this window. I don't. I think if we lose Salah, we're going to stay as we are in attack until at least January, till the club spend time to figure out a replacement. I'd be amazed if Salah left and we had a replacement brought in that quickly. Pleasantly amazed, but yeah, I don't think we will. But again, all this feels like a distraction right now from the big thing, which is we still need a midfielder and a centre-back. So don't let that distract you. Don't let that clown in Boston get away with not backing the manager. We need players, and we need them now. I was the kid that said I wanted the main stand for Christmas. You wanted the main stand? No, I don't remember that, mate. I don't remember anybody telling me they wanted the main stand. Sorry, bud. Sorry, I don't remember it. We can't even replace our midfielders. Got no hope in hell replacing Salah, said Lee Black. Yes, Lee, you're right. I'm not going to argue with you, sir. You are absolutely right. Our club has been a shambles in this window. Again, the big window, the generational window. And I still see some people trying to be optimistic, and I love that. I love that our fans are optimistic, but my God, it ain't good enough. So, by the way, anybody with a fake score like ends there. Oh, that's a prediction. That's alright. Sorry, that's a prediction. Any fake scores, ban. No, oh, whoopsies. No timeout, ban. Anyone with a fake score, immediate ban. No listening to any excuses, please, mods, from them, because it's a shithouse thing to do. I hate seeing people do it to other people in the chat. So any predicted score, or any fake scores, ban immediately, please, mods. Appreciate you. It's just it's a low life thing to do to people that can't see the game. So if you want to put in a prediction, you're all very welcome. Please just put the letter P beside it, or the word prediction, and then we'll know where we're at. Right, 30 minutes to go till kick-off. The Manchester City game is finished. Sheffield United 1, Manchester City 2. Pep Guardiola side pick up another 3 points. I still say the same thing though. I think this Man City team is there to be gotten at this season. They don't look anywhere near as strong as recent seasons, without Kevin De Bruyne in particular. So if Liverpool or Arsenal or anybody can get off to a good campaign, good start, you never know. This is a tough one for us and Newcastle today though, because obviously Newcastle lost to Manchester City 1-0 last week. So if they were to lose to us today, that's a pretty tough start. And I think their next game is rather difficult as well, if I'm not mistaken. For us, if we were to drop points today, either in a draw or a loss, you'd have to say it's a very worrying start for us as well. And add to that the fact we've got Aston Villa coming up next, which isn't going to be an easy game. Yes, it's at Anfield, so you'd hope for the best, but you know, it's a tough campaign, and we need to give ourselves the best chance, and that needs us to get off to a good start, which is why many of us are so frustrated at the lateness of our business in the window, or the lack of business should probably be the correct one. Isn't it mental that us supporters can identify our transfer needs far better than our owners? Seems like we got comfortable with Michael Edwards, said Baked. Thank you for your super chat, mate. Look, I'm sick of Klopp. I'm sick of Klopp not calling out the owners. I'm sick of underinvestment, and I'm sick of us having to feel like we're going to accept it. So there's a few things that are bugging me, and our manager's one of them. I'm sorry to say it, but he is, because he knows the power he holds. And I'm getting to the point now where, after all these windows and false dawns, I don't want him to be a company man. I don't want him to be besties with the owners. I don't want him to be keeping the peace. I want him to be kicking up a fuss. I want him to be calling them out. I want him to get the support that he needs. Because if Jurgen publicly calls out the owners, everybody's going to be behind him. I've said this for ages. So he's not going to gain anything from being happy, nicey with John W. Henry. We need, and he needs, to speak out, because, and I can't say this clearly enough, John's a cheapskate. City always look gettable first half of the season, said Zinkal. Yes, agreed. And it's just, I hope if we can pick up a win today, lads, if we can get and it's going to be a tough game, but if we could get a win today, that would be a real shot in the arm for these lads. It would mean that, from a tricky start to the campaign, we'd have won 2 and drawn 1 so far. And that'd be alright. I'd have taken that at the start of the season when you showed me the first 3 games. But it's going to be a difficult game today because Newcastle are a well-drilled, well-coached team. And they work as hard as we do. So, real 50-50 one, I think. Anyway, with that being said, Gary has just put a poll up into the chat. What do you think the result's going to be? Up to you guys. Right, 5 days of the window and 0 bids or nothing. How can you go from having 100 mil to only spending 17? Because our owner is a disgrace, Nathan. Like I've said all along, false promises, media manipulation, just nonsense. And everybody in the yes men category, like the yes men of FSG I'm not talking about Red Men TV there when I said yes men, just in case anyone tries to make that link. I'm not. I'm talking about the media. I'm talking about anybody who hasn't called out these owners and has given them the benefit of the doubt. You should hang your head in shame, because every time they're given the benefit of the doubt, look what happens. They shaft us. Happy Sunday to you, Craig. Can't wait for the game. Thank you, Connor Mack. Much love, my man. Do you think that football is withering with top quality talent and it's harder to identify good players? I don't think there's much out to pick from currently, especially on the cheap. So here's what I think, Benjamin. I think the talent is definitely there. I think there's lots of talent out in the market, but I do think that the prices are crazy. Like, everything seems overinflated at the minute. Any transfer. Like, look at an example of the young lad that Newcastle are bringing in, or brought in, Hall from Chelsea. That's going to be a deal at about 34, 35 million all in after the loan for this season. For a player that very few will be too aware of. So it's just... The owners need to understand that the windows aren't as they were a few years ago. Prices have gone through the roof, and there is no more sitting around trying to find value. Sometimes you just have to pay what you have to pay. And we have to get it done. And excuses aren't going to cut it with anybody. Hope you had a good day off, Craig. Welcome back, said Lauren. Thank you, Lauren. I had a pretty good day off, yeah. Chilled, watched the Usyk fight. Watched some football yesterday. Watched the movie last night. And I can't remember the last time I watched the movie. God, it must be... God, I can't remember the last time I watched the movie that I haven't seen before anyway. So yeah, I'd call that a productive day off, Lauren. Would I want Saudi owners? It depends what Saudi owners you mean. I don't want the country or any country owning us. But I don't care if a private individual wants to buy us. Be that a man, woman, or I guess a group from any part of the world. It's not, for me, it's not where the money comes from that's a problem to me. It's a lack of state ownership. That's what I don't want state ownership in football. I have nothing against anybody from any part of the world buying a club. If they're a genuine businessman or woman and they want to come in and buy a club and they have the money, so be it. Just that one country's running football clubs. Would I do a collab with Hussam from This Is Football? Email anybody who wants collabs or anything like that. Just email into partnerships@AnfieldAgenda.com and the lads sift through them. And to be honest, I'll tell you how it works. Any requests like that come in, the guys weigh them up, and then they come across to me and they tell me the ones that they think I should look at or not look at, and we go from there. That's how it works these days. And always make time during the season to do a few, mate. So send the email across and we will look at it, my man. And yeah, go from there. I hope that's okay. Thoughts on the Usyk body shot? So it was borderline, but my thoughts are this on the fight. One, Daniel Dubois did very well until he quit, and make no bones about it, he quit again. The Usyk body shot, I look at it like this. It was an uppercut that clipped the cup and went up, and the shot ended up at the waistband, but it did clip the cup on the way up. That being said, the referee gave him time to recover. So all these people that said it was a body shot and Usyk would never have gotten up, We don't know that because the ref didn't count. He didn't have a decision to make about whether he wanted to get up or not because the ref didn't count. He said it was a low blow. So we knew we had 5 minutes. So from that regard, no issues with that. He got up and he forced a stoppage. And what I'd be more concerned about if I was a Daniel Dubois fan is that he has that quit tendency in him. And when the going gets tough, he seems to get going. So that's what I took from last night. But Dubois, he was having some success, no doubt about it. Didn't look out of place at all. I also have a theory that Usyk didn't take that fight too seriously. He didn't look as conditioned. Look at the body of Usyk yesterday. Look at the body of Usyk when he went and fought AJ twice. So I don't know if it was a case of Usyk took it for granted a bit, or maybe he was trying to lure Tyson Fury in a bit. I don't know. But that's my take on it anyway. 1 a.m. in Melbourne, I predict we win 3-2. Sid Mahilio, thank you. And welcome in, my friend. Thank you for your super chat. Brian's in the house. How are we, sir? Good to see you, Craig. Should be much more excited for this match, but this window's been so poorly executed and dampened my enthusiasm. We need a dynamic performance. We need something to give us a bit of hope, Brian. And 3 points today would certainly be a shot in the arm that I would take, sir. Thank you for your super chat. Very kind of you. And if my maths is correct, it's about 11 a.m. for you over in Massachusetts, sir. And I hope that you're well. I hope that we haven't chatted in a while. So I don't know, Brian, if you got my email. I did email you to say that I've changed emails. So if you need me, you know which one to get me at now. Where are we? People say, what do we expect from these owners? But come on, it's getting ridiculous. 1 hour injury in our midfield and we're back to where we were last season. It's going to be basically a struggle for fourth. Yeah. It's nonsense, mate. And what makes it even more criminal this time is they've had a year to plan. A year. And I don't know what they planned in that year. FSG either have to sell up or provide Klopp with the funds to get his targets. If there's no more activity, FSG have to start the process to sell. Said M or Ragav. Thank you for your super chat, mate. Appreciate you being in. And yeah. Thank you to everybody who's putting comments in. We've still got 22 minutes till kick off. And again, don't forget, part of your match day experience now on Anfield Agenda post-match is going to be our brand new segment, Squad Battle, where I pick out 5 areas of the pitch where I pit Newcastle's player against Liverpool's player. As an example, let's say today we go for Cody Gakpo versus Alexander Isak, 2 centre forwards. Which one of them had the better game? At the end of the game, I'm going to pick out 5 of these battles from around the pitch and we're going to talk about them, and then we're going to put together a combined 11 from the game based on how everybody played. That's part of a new segment that we're doing called Squad Battle that will be part of your match day experience. So our content's going to go like this today. Obviously we have the Watchalong, going to take you through to the end of the game. We'll roll into our match reaction, then we'll go into player ratings, and after that we will go into Squad Battle, and that'll be a pre-recorded video. But I'm really excited about it. It's something I've had in my mind for a while, but I was just trying to piece it together. And thanks to Gary and Connor today in the background, or all week, they've been working and plugging away to make this vision a reality. It's one thing when I have it in my head, you know, but the lads need to make it visually appealing. So keep an eye out for that later on. And I hope it's something that the industry enjoys, because I want people to run with it. So, you know, hopefully we see this on other channels, because I think it's an interesting segment. And if you're another channel and you do like the idea of it, please feel free to use it. No one's going to moan at my end. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Hopefully it's after a good win, though. Do you think the Saudi window being 3 weeks longer than ours really can really damage some clubs, put holes in the squads? Oh God, yes, Nathan. So of all the things we spoke about around Saudi, this is the one thing I think everybody will probably agree on, no matter what side you're at. It would be ideal if the windows line up. And I think that's something Jurgen Klopp has spoken about as well. It is a bit tough that when our window closes, there is still an opportunity for, in this case, the Saudi Pro League to come in and pinch players, because their window's open till, I think, September 20th, if I'm not mistaken. Where's the money, John? Absolutely, where's the money, John? Salah is staying, says Fabrizio Romano. Does he? Sweet. Can we get confirmation on that tweet from somebody in the chat or the lads in the background if you get a chance? If he is staying, who was the journalist that came out yesterday and said that he's after telling Liverpool he wants to go? Let me just have a look here because I know I have this saved. 1 second. Yes. So, if Mohamed Salah stays and informs the club that he stays, Rudy Galletti, you're never going to hear the end of it from me, pal. I'm a-coming for you. If Mohamed Salah stays, Rudy, and you've lied to everybody, you're going to be called out on it. So, let's wait and see, Rudy, because you don't get to lie to people, stoke up flames of division if you are talking out your backside. So let's wait and see if Rudy Galletti has some questions to answer, or if he's right. Rob Dan said, why Darwin's not starting? We have this conversation every week now, buddy. He's not starting because Klopp doesn't feel he's ready to start because he doesn't feel his counter press is good enough. I don't understand why we don't get that yet. And when he does start, all I ever see in the chat is people pissing and moaning about him. So just trust Klopp. When Klopp feels he's ready, he'll be playing. And I've said this myself, my own opinion on it, Rob, is that I think the Europa League's going to be the making of Darwin Núñez in this Liverpool team. I think he'll score goals in it, he'll build confidence, and I think then we'll get the benefit in the Premier League. But right now, Rob, I can only assume that things haven't changed from Klopp in that regard. And welcome in. You said you're from Israel and there's many Liverpool fans. Welcome in, Rob. Pleasure to have you with us. Darwin needs to prove himself when he gets subbed in. He does. Darwin needs to do his part, you know. If the manager's not happy with what he's seen, and the counter-pressing isn't there, then I understand his thought process. Also, there's no tweet from Fabrizio. My chief moderator and my producer have had a look at that, and there's nothing from Fabrizio, so I don't know where that Salah staying stuff came from. Craig, I'm very nervous. It's going to be a tough game today. It's going to be a real battle. And my prediction in my preview was 2-2. I think I'm going to stick with that, but I'm hoping for a pleasant surprise today. I'm very excited as well, by the way, to see the midfield, to see Endo hopefully given freedom to McAllister and Szoboszlai to get forward, break lines, find space, press the hell out of that Newcastle defence. Yeah, fingers crossed. Benjamin, the Saudis are to invest into a Euro Super League. I've heard working out in the Middle East. The buying of these players is a plan to scare teams into a joint venture with a Super League on the way. Thoughts? It's an interesting theory, Benjamin. I don't think it will work, because if they're to join into a Super League in the future with, let's say, Liverpool, Real Madrid, United, whoever, there's going to have to be parity financially there, and nobody's going to sign up to that league if the Saudi government or any government just throws money around without it having a fair impact on other teams. So I can't see a world where they join up for this super combined league where they can just spend what they want and other clubs have to actually be run like a business. It doesn't really add up. But I think the advanced or the bigger Club World Cup could be interesting, and I think they may be looking at that. So for instance, one of the reasons why we believe Al Ittihad want Mohamed Salah is because they're taking part in the Club World Cup in December, meaning obviously if they were to get him now, he'd be available for that. So I think they want to win that to give some obviously gravitas to that part of the world for football. And they've brought in Benzema, Kante, Fabinho. And if they brought in Mohamed Salah, you know, I think they're going to just try and win the Club World Cup and go from that way to show that they can compete with the big European sides. Klopp is just confirming as well that Wataru Endo looked really good in training, and that's one of the reasons he's playing today. Thank you, Mark, for that one. Right, we'll end the poll. We've got plenty of votes in it. So 68% of you guys are thinking a Liverpool win today. Well played. I love the optimism. Hey, Craig, how you doing? By any chance, do you know when the Europa League group stage draw is? Absolutely. It is next Friday. Same day the transfer window ends, pal. September the 1st. Liverpool will find out their opponents for the group stages of the Europa League. Yeah, September the 1st. Do you think Mbappe is destined to go to Madrid? Absolutely, 100%. Yeah, he'll be a Madrid player next year. And don't forget, they're getting Endrick in, I think, next year as well. From Palmeiras, they've already got that bid. Well, that deal done, I should say. Right, my friends, we are, what are we now? 13 minutes away from kickoff. So a couple of things. Firstly, hit that subscribe button if you're new to the channel. It's a pleasure to have you with us. Secondly, don't forget to drop a like on the stream as well. And let me know your predictions for the game. Just put a letter P beside your scores just so we know that it is a prediction. And yeah, again, want to thank you for your continued support of the channel. I'm nervous about today's game, I won't lie, but also excited. And after today then, it's going to be pretty busy, hopefully, between now and Friday because we need players. Predictions for the game. I'm going to stick to my 2-2. Yeah, I'm going to stick with my 2-2. I do feel like this is a very well matched game, and there's not many games I'll genuinely sit here and say to you, I think this is a 50-50. This is one of those I think is a 50-50. Szoboszlai is going to be class today. I hope so, David. I'm so happy that we signed Dominic Szoboszlai, mate. He's a wonderful football player. And do you know what? He's not shy of confidence either, is he? I love that about him. FA Cup draw in December. Well, the League Cup draws in about 2 weeks. There you go, from WD Red. Thank you, mate. I'm starting to get a few butterflies now that we're 10 minutes away from kickoff. Yeah, let's wait and see what happens. Endo Masterclass incoming. Szoboszlai looks a bargain. Szoboszlai, McAllister are great signings. And also, don't forget, if you are a member, tomorrow you will be getting the first of the new member-only content that I promised you. I'm going to have a little look at this game from a tactical perspective. That will be recorded and go out to the members tomorrow evening. So, if you are either a member Anfield Agenda FC or Anfield Agenda Ultra, you're both eligible to watch all that content. So yes, this will be the first part of our members only content that we start to make on a match or after a match day. So again, thank you to everyone that is a member. If you would like to become a member, you can do so with the link at the top of the live chat right there, or you can scan the QR code on the screen underneath the pitch. A win here would be huge, said Glenn. Glenn, it would. It would. It'd be a real statement. It'd be a great victory if we could pick one up, but it is going to be a difficult game. So, Jota didn't train yesterday, by the way, because of illness. So, that's why Klopp's put him on the bench. And it's Diaz's 50th Liverpool game as well. So, there we go. Thank you, Mark, for keeping me up to date on those. Appreciate you. Can you go over the bench again? 100%, mate. No problem. Happy to do it. Well, like, you know what? I'll go through both 11s and the benches for you. Might as well do it that way. So, we'll start off with the home side today. They've got Nick Pope in goal. Then it's Kieran Trippier, Fabian Schär, Sven Botman and Dan Burn. Sandro Tonali, Bruno Guimaraes and Joelinton in midfield. Miggy Almiron, Alexander Isak and Anthony Gordon. That is the Newcastle 11. The Liverpool 11, Alisson in goal. Trent at right back, Robbo at left back. Joel Matip comes in alongside Virgil van Dijk today to replace Ibrahima Konate, who's obviously out with a muscle strain. In midfield, Endo will be in the anchoring role. Then it'll be Alexis McAllister and Dominic Szoboszlai ahead. On the right-hand side, of course, Mohamed Salah. On the left-hand side, Lucho Diaz. And through the middle, we've got Cody Gakpo. So the benches look like this for Newcastle. Dubravka, Lascelles, Wilson, Target, Barnes, Livramento, Murphy, Anderson and Longstaff. For Liverpool, Joe Gomez, Darwin Núñez, Harvey Elliott, Diogo Jota, Costa Tsimikas, Stefan Bajcetic, Ben Doak, Quivin Kelleher and Jarrell Kwanzaa. That's your bench. That's your benches. That's your starting 11s, and fingers crossed for a good result. Just a reminder that the referee's VAR assistant today is, well, the second VAR assistant, I believe, is Konstantin Hadzidakis, or as I know him, the elbower. And the one who was part of the Paul Tierney shambles last week with VAR at our game against Bournemouth. But yes, PGMOL in their infinite wisdom have put the same clown that refused to do his job last week back in charge on VAR. Well, one of the two VARs. Not great. I would have preferred Gomez to Matip. So would I. Yeah, for the pace, I would have preferred Gomez to Matip. But look, Klopp's gone with Matip. Let's hope Joel has a good game. We are 7 minutes away from kickoff, and we're going to take you all the way through, as we always do, to the end of the game, where we'll roll into our post-match content, match reaction, player ratings, and our brand new segment, Squad Battle, which is going to be coming up as well. That'll be your last bit of post-match content today. I'm terrified by Joel Matip at centre-back. I'm not too overly optimistic about it myself, but let's wait and see what happens. Stefan is on the bench, yes, which is good. Great to have him back. He was on the bench again last week, I think. But so just to confirm from the injury perspective, Klopp did say that Curtis Jones and Thiago would be back training properly and available from tomorrow. So that's where we are with those two. With regards to Konate, I'm not sure on his return date, to be honest. I think McAllister is going to run this game, said Brennan Smith. I think you're right, Brennan. I think you're right. I'm looking forward to this in a huge way. Like, the amount of work that I think McAllister and Szoboszlai are going to get through in those advanced midfield positions, it's got me really excited. This has the makings of a classic, and I hope the game doesn't let us down. Konate Wayne has a muscle injury, mate. Klopp didn't really go into more detail than that in his press conference on Friday. He just said it's a muscle strain that keeps Konate out. And again, don't forget, my friends, if you are new, please do hit that subscribe button. It is a pleasure to be here with you guys on another Anfield Agenda match day. We are 300 subscribers away from 207,000, so you know what to do. Endo or Tonali? Obviously Endo. Endo's the greatest defensive midfield player to ever put on a football shirt that I haven't heard of until 2 weeks ago. So Endo all the way, baby. I really want Sterling back. Would you take him? No. But he's doing well. Great goal the other day. I think he scored two, but the first one in particular, great goal. But no, I don't want him back, thank you. Love your content. Thank you, Santa Killer. Appreciate you. Yeah, appreciate all you guys being in, supporting us, watching. I mean, why would you want to be anywhere else? I know there are plenty of other channels doing watch-alongs, but you're at the best, let's be honest. You're where you should be at. You're at home with Anfield Agenda. Teams are in the tunnel at St James's Park. So, Klopp has said that Konate is not expected back until Wolves on September the 16th. So, after the international break, before we see Ibu back. Which, if nothing else, should tell the owners We need another centre-back, please. We need another centre-back, John. John, we need a centre-back, John. John, where's the goddamn money, John? We need a centre-back, John. John! I think somebody should just find out where John W. Henry lives and play me on a speaker. Just constantly in through the windows going, John, where's the money, John? Come on, John. Pony up the dough, John. Right, teams are on the pitch. St James's Park looking lively, as you would expect. Great set of fans, the Geordies. So often people say to me, Craig, what set of fans do you not like? And I'll give you my answer. But if you're asking me for sets of fans that I actually have a lot of time for, the Geordies are one of those sets of fans. Real good salt of the earth people, the Geordies, like the Scousers. So always have time for the Geordies. Much love from Philadelphia, said Brennan Smith. Thank you, my friend. Welcome in to the city of brotherly love, right, Philadelphia? My brother's a Newcastle fan, said Otto. I think, again, one of the other questions I get asked a lot is if Liverpool didn't exist, who would you support? And the answer was always Newcastle would have been the other team I felt like I probably would have been drawn to. Russ Mays, welcome to Anfield Agenda FC, Russ. I think, Russ, you're the first member of the day, which is mad. So welcome in, mate. Don't forget, we will have some members-only content coming out tomorrow. I'm going to be doing a bit of a tactical breakdown of the game, and that video will be out for you guys who are members tomorrow evening. Right. Sit back, relax. I'm going to take you through the... Well, try relax. I'm going to take you through the next 90 minutes or so. It's a massive game. It's another difficult away game for us at the start of the season. Obviously, we opened our campaign with a draw at Stamford Bridge. Then we had a 3-1 victory over Bournemouth and the referees at Anfield. And now we go up to St James's Park for another big one before another big one next week. Right, Craig, make sure you've got your time ready to go. Remember, I will sync for you guys as well. So let me get 2-3 minutes into the game and somebody remind me to sync in the chat, and I'll give you guys a sync so you can link up your TV or your commentary with your game at home. I'm nervous, lads. I'm nervous. The butterflies are kicking in. I genuinely am getting really nervous now. Come on, Craig. Calm down, fella. Calm down. Right. I think we're going to have to be at this from the off, because Newcastle... They're going to get stuck in, and we have to be ready to start this game. Come on, the boys. Come on, the boys. Oh, when the Reds go marching in. Oh, when the Reds go marching in. I want to be in that number. Oh, when the Reds go marching in. Da, 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 da. Da, 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 da. Oh, come on, ref. Start the game, for God's sake. I'm already feeling nervous. Let's get this going. Right, Liverpool are going to be kicking off, playing from left to right in the first half. Referee's doing his final checks. And we're underway. Oh, we're not underway. Referee's making... Now we're underway. Ref made him start again, but we are underway. And Joe Matip does do the decent thing and launch the ball along left-hand side, but it is kept in play by Newcastle. Trent steps in, wins that first challenge. Beautiful ball into the right channel for Szoboszlai. Go on, Dom. Go on, lad. Corner to Liverpool. Good start. Come on, boys. Come on. Good ball into Dom there from Trent. Lovely vision, that. Come on. Let's go. Good delivery from this first corner would be much appreciated. Great job, Dom, to win it. Right, Trent to take the corner. Goes in. Ooh, keeper comes out, but one of our players gets a head in it. And I think it was Joe Matip gets his head in it, but it goes behind. I think Pope distracted him enough. Nick Pope came quite a way out there, edge of the 6-yard box. But it does go off one of our boys' heads and goes behind for Newcastle goal kick. Yeah, Sky need to fix their clock, by the way. For once, it's not us YouTubers, right? And that's the problem. Sky's clock was completely messed up there. Did you see it? All that money, and they can't get a clock working properly. This idiot on YouTube here can get his working. You're welcome. Verge again goes into that right channel. Salah offside this time, flags up. Again though, you can see that Liverpool certainly have an idea of how they want to try and get at Newcastle here. That's the second time in quick succession we've looked to go in. Still no scoreboard or clock here from Sky. I'm enjoying this as a YouTuber, I won't lie. Again, a ball through there, left hand side from Diaz, but Newcastle bring it away. Verge steps forward. Again, plays the ball deep inside the Newcastle half. Pope comes out, puts his boot through it, launches it long. It'll be a Liverpool throw in about 10 yards inside the Newcastle half, left-hand side of the pitch. Liverpool get on with it quickly. Go on, Verge. Robertson. The Verge. Press comes on from Isak. Verge rolls it across to Allison. Allison goes out right-hand side to Joel Matip. Joel, ball inside. That's a free. Cody Gakpo came to meet the ball, got clattered by the Newcastle defender, and the referee gives a free kick to Liverpool, kind of halfway inside the Newcastle half, very central. Go. Welcome to Anfield Agenda FC, mate. Thank you. Right. Sync. 3 minutes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Remind me in a few minutes to do another sync. Right, Allison. Back out to Matip. Ball slipped through looking for Szoboszlai, would have been offside, so he leaves it. Come on, the boys. It's been a bright start so far. We're the ones setting the tempo in this one. And I hope we can keep it up. Here comes the press. Look, go on, Dom. Now here comes McAllister. This is a beautiful... I love when our press is on point like this. Go on. Tonali skips around. Goes up the line, but there's nobody there. Ball goes... nowhere. Stayed in play. Verge was waiting for it to go out. It didn't go out. So it's with Alisson Becker. Matip now. Out to Salah. Salah plays the ball infield. The Gakpo. That's a handball. Well spotted, referee. Free kick to Liverpool. Just about 5 yards inside our own half. I'm going to sync again when it gets to 5 minutes. So bear with me. If you want to just line up your own match with theirs, I will give you a sync in a few seconds. Oh, Trent gets pushed off the side of the pitch. Oh, this is nonsense. He's booking Trent already. He gets pushed out the side of the pitch and then pushes the ball backwards and he gets a booking for it. 5 minutes in and the ref's giving Trent a booking already. Anthony Gordon pushes him off the pitch and then Trent throws the ball away and the ref books him. Nothing to Anthony Gordon there for snidely shoving him off the pitch though. Joke. Absolute joke of a set of officials again. Haaland can do what he wants. Ref does nothing. Trent gets assaulted. Pushes the ball away. Immediate yellow. It's a joke. It's an absolute joke. Anyway, that Liverpool attack breaks down. Gordon looks to bring it away. He's cleaned out by Trent. Trent walking a tightrope already here. So hang on a minute. I thought the players weren't allowed to berate the referee. So where's all the yellows for them? Trent's on a tightrope now. He's one foul away from being sent off. This is what happens when the refs aren't consistent with their damn rules. He should have never got a yellow in the first place, Trent. Should have been a foul because Gordon shoved him off the pitch. But once again, we don't get anything from referees other than stupid yellows. Right, I'm going to do a sync now at 7 minutes. Sorry, I got distracted there by that yellow for Trent. It'll be a long game now for Trent. 7 minutes, 1. So how did that go from 6:40 to 7 minutes and 2 seconds? Sky need to fix their clock, lads. I'm going to wait for 7:30 because their clock jumped forward about 20 seconds. Right, press. Newcastle go long. Over the top. 7 minutes and 30. 31. 32. 33. 34. 35. 6. 7. 38. 39. 40. Right. Liverpool in possession now. With McAllister. Ball into Salah. Lovely ball back to Alexis. Go on, somebody show for him. Ball ricochets off a Newcastle player and it goes behind for a Liverpool corner. Lads, what will you do if you're Klopp right now? Because Trent can't even do another foul in this game or he's going off. And we can't have another game where we go down to 10 men. Right, come on, boys. Another corner. Good delivery. Oh, over everybody. Salah gets on the far side. Gets out-muscled, though, by Tonali and Trippier. Ref gives a free kick to Newcastle. Trent disaster class yet again. Said 58 go, J58. He needs to learn, Trent. He was booked harshly in the previous game for taking 8 seconds over a throw-in. Now he's been booked for pushing the ball, throwing the ball away after he was pushed off the edge of the pitch. The referees need to take some of these things into consideration. Trent should have had a free kick because Anthony Gordon shoved him off the edge of the pitch. Nothing was given. Trent threw the ball back onto the pitch and the ref booked him for it. So that's what happened with the yellow. But yeah, again, we're walking a tightrope here and Anthony Gordon's going to be licking his lips now for the rest of this game, knowing that he's up against Trent and Trent's on a yellow. Ball hooked forward by Robertson, headed back into our half. Come on, boys. Keep that press up. Newcastle still in possession inside their own half. Again, that Liverpool press is on point. Newcastle go diagonal. Trent's there. Heads the ball down to Salah. Lovely drop of the shoulder from Mo. Rolls it into Szoboszlai. He comes in field. He's surrounded by Newcastle players, but Gakpo wins it back. Szoboszlai, he plays a blind pass back inside, but Miguel Almiron had come back and wins it back for Newcastle. But Liverpool's pressure forces Newcastle to just punt the ball forward and Liverpool are back in possession. Why is Klopp insisting on playing him at right back? Because he's a right back? I don't know any other answer, Kim. He's not a central defensive midfielder. Would be absolutely ripped apart if he was in that position. So I guess it's play him at right back or don't play him at this point. And look, Klopp has a tough call to make for the rest of this game. Someone says, haven't heard Endo. Lol. You haven't heard him because we haven't had much defensive work to do in that area, mate. Liverpool are the ones in the possession, with the pressing, forcing Newcastle to go long. So Endo hasn't really had to get too involved yet because Newcastle are going long under the press from our attackers. Tommy Acid, 2 yellows for the exact same. Mate, I'm not arguing. If Trent had been sent off for that, if that second foul from Trent, or the foul on Anthony Gordon was a yellow, I wouldn't have complained at all. I think Trent can count himself very, very, very lucky not to have gotten a second yellow, because the throwing the ball away, not having it, but the foul, I think the foul was probably a yellow, and let's be frank, it probably was. Trent was at his best last year as a playmaker, said Kim. Yeah, but he was playing in the same position he's playing now, Kim, as a right back who drifts in centrally. And that's what he's doing now. So nothing has changed in that regard. 12 minutes on the clock. Free kick to Newcastle. Halfway inside the Liverpool half. Very central. Liverpool setting a defensive line up about 3 or 4 yards ahead of the 18-yard box. Hopefully we can defend this. Who needs to listen to Radio 5 Live when you make the game more entertaining? Thank you, Mark. That's the hope anyway. Newcastle go deep with a free kick. Cody Gakpo gets the first clearance. Then Lucho steps across, plays it out off a Newcastle player. And it will be a Liverpool throw-in on the far side. I think Lucho took some studs to the leg there. Accidental, I should say. Nothing sinister about it. Robbo goes long with the throw. Ball back in field. Endo wins that one. Plays it to Diaz. Diaz is then surrounded and dispossessed. Come on, boys. Come on. 13 minutes on the clock. It's still Newcastle 0, Liverpool 0 at St James's Park. Endo is not good. You're an idiot. End of conversation. How can you say Endo's not good? Are you watching the game? He literally just stepped in there, won a ball and played it to Diaz. You don't know what you're looking at. Stop watching football. It's clearly not for you. Almiron turns Robertson inside out. Ball back across. Van Dijk gets a head on it. Gordon. Newcastle go diagonally deep. They can't keep it in play. Goes behind. Trippier tries to bring it down, but there was too much on it. It goes behind. It's a goal kick to Liverpool. Would I take a 0-0 draw? No, I wouldn't. I know that's greedy of me. Like, a draw is not a bad result at St James's Park at all, but we've started the game well, so I'd like to see us maybe go and get a win. But they're a good side, Newcastle. I have a lot of respect for them. Ball in field again. Gakpo was waiting for it to get to him, but Joelinton tracks back and wins it back for Newcastle. They now have the ball inside their own half. Come on, boys. Out to Gordon. Salah comes back to try and help out. Well done. Ball in field. Bruno Guimaraes spreads it out right hand side looking for Almiron. Does well. Chests it down. Still Miggy Almiron in possession. Guimaraes. Two of our boys tackled Guimaraes there and didn't get the ball off him. And then it breaks to Joelinton. He has a strike, but thankfully it's straight at Alisson. Twice there. And this I will be critical of Endo of. Endo and Gakpo both had chances to take that ball away from Bruno Guimaraes, and somehow we came away with the ball, and then Joelinton gets a strike away. That's not good enough from either Gakpo or Endo. Come on, come on, come on. Newcastle in possession. Dan Burn back to Joe Linton. Come on, come on. Anthony Gordon. Nice little 1-2 between him and Joe Linton. Still Gordon. Strike, deflection. Allison gets down and saves it. Newcastle starting to gain a little bit of confidence now in the game. Those little 1-2s, give and goes, are starting to find little pockets of space. Well in, Trent. Great play. You need support. Oh, that's horrendous, Trent. That's not good enough. Trent does really well. Intercepts a pass, breaks down the right-hand side. Then he's got two players supporting and he plays the ball behind them. And the attack breaks down. Liverpool have won it back now. Oh, lucky! Great play, Lucho. Great play. Diaz bursts down the left-hand side. Angles against them. Gets a toe poke shot away. Forces Nick Pope to save it at his near post. Brilliant stuff from Lucho. Look at this. That's what we love. Go on, lad. Unlucky. Well done, Lucho. Couldn't have asked for more in that situation from him. Forces Pope into a save at his near post as well. Well in, Lucho. He looks really good at the start of this season, doesn't he? Diaz scored in his opening 2 games and he looks on it again today. Ball in. Headed away. It'll come back to Andy Robertson, who lets the ball go out of play for a throw in rather than, I don't know, keep it in play and try to get another cross in. Trent now in a deeper position. Trent, wake up, lads. I'm getting it. I'm done with Trent in this game already. That's 3 misplaced passes so far. There was nobody within 10 yards of that ball Trent tried to play. That's just not great. Well done, Salah. Newcastle look to play out from the back. Mo pressed, got a block in. It goes behind for a Newcastle goal kick. But again, well done, Mo, on the press. Like, if we're not getting the supply from Trent, if we're not getting that aspect of his game, then you've got to just question what on earth we are going to get from him, because so far in this game it's been loose from him and he's picked up a cheap yellow as well. He's probably on a last warning, so he needs to pull up his socks a bit here, Trent. Endo heads the ball forward. Newcastle player heads it back in. Joelinton gets a touch. Newcastle with Bruno Guimaraes moving at left hand side. Dan Burn now in possession. Joelinton to Anthony Gordon to Joelinton. Yes, Endo. Endo steps in and wins it back. My boy, our samurai warrior. Go on, Endo. McAllister now. Back to Trent. Again, it's loose from Trent. Straight out of play. That's 4 now. 4 from Trent inside 20 minutes. Newcastle try another ball over the top. Thankfully for us, it's overhit. Goes behind for a goal kick. Is Salah really leaving? Honestly, I don't know. I don't know, mate, is the honest answer. I hope not, but I don't know. Right, we're about to hit 20 minutes. Ball with Allison. Come on. Free kick fell on Isak. Rain starts to fall at St James's Park. Lads, Klopp's going to have to make a decision on Trent here. come on. Puts it out, throw into Newcastle. 21 minutes on the clock. Where's his yellow? Fuck off. 10 seconds. Where's his yellow? Trent got booked for less than that. Lads, I hate these officials. I'm sick to death of them. They make shit up as they go along. How long did Dan Burn take for that throw in? Far longer than when Trent got booked. And I've seen others get booked for it as well this season. Liverpool throw in now deep inside the Newcastle half. Trent throws the ball all the way back to Matip, who's inside our half. Clearly Liverpool are look to structure an attack here and build from the back. Endo, nothing on, all the way back to Alisson. So we go a throw in from 10-15 yards inside Newcastle's half to back to our goalkeeper in 10 seconds. Some of this stuff, lads, it's comical at times. 200 to go to 207k. So my friends, if you haven't hit the subscribe button, please do. Appreciate you being with us. Not really any chances yet to speak of so far in the game. Two sides have kind of just cancelled each other out a little bit. Come on, press. Come on, Cody, press. Well done, boy. Go on. Joelinton. Now Newcastle have a bit of space with Tonali. Tonali plays an over-hit pass again. Into the right channel, goes out to Liverpool throw in. Robert gets on with it quickly. Oh, Endo, that wasn't great, lads. That wasn't great. But nobody was giving him an option either. Come on, press. Come on. Chance now in transition. Come on. Salah. Wide right. Go on, Mo. Go on. Strike. Oh, straight at the keeper. Salah cuts in onto his left foot. Gets a strike away. Doesn't get enough bend on it really. It's fairly straightforward for Nick Pope to deal with. Now Newcastle on the attack. Right hand side. Miguel Almiron. Oh. They've played a 1-2. They've opened up a bit of space here down our left. Almiron, Verge goes across to him, ball back inside. Endo gets a head on it. Robertson. It's now a Virgil van Dijk. Go on, Robbo. Plays the ball. He was being fouled, by the way, by Tonali. I don't know how that wasn't a foul. He dragged him down, but Robbo plays a wasteful ball forward. Come on, boys. Salah. Oh my days, Trent. Gordon. 1-0 Newcastle. Lads! Oh! Our defence is like watching a horror movie. You know, in a horror movie where you see the villain coming behind him with the knife and you're like, dude, he's going to kill you. He's going to kill you. Well, Trent's that dude. Only for, we're all screaming at him and Gordon's walking up behind him going, I'm going to kill you. And Trent forgets to trap the ball. Anthony Gordon's through. And it's 1-0 Newcastle. And it's all because of Trent. Let me say this again. It's all because of Trent. Again. Our defence is a joke. Again! Strawhead makes it 1-0 after absolutely mugging off Trent, who forgets to put his foot on the ball. Professional athlete. Prefers to put his fucking foot on the ball. For the love of God. Just stupid Clint. They didn't even have to work. They didn't even have to work for it. We just spread our legs wide open, juiced ourselves up and said, have at it, boys, have at it. Fuck me. Oh, now it's a red card. Now it's a red card. It's a red card! Another one! Another one! Another one! Another! Another one! Another one! Again! Again! Red! Red! Again! Here. So now we're going to have no left centre back because John's a cheap fuck. In what world is that a red card? In what goddamn world is that a red card? Answer me! PGMOL, you absolute clowns! In what world is that a red card? This is bullshit! This is some bullshit! Don't even get me started, lads. This is absolute nonsense. Nonsense! Now we've got to go the next 3 games without a left-sided centre-back and a right-sided centre-back. This is what happens, John, you cheap clown. No defenders now, John. Zip. Verge out for 3 games now. 3. This is why you need players, John. Free kick to Newcastle. Gomez on. Lads, I'm absolutely fuming. We're a joke. Our defence is a joke. Our defence is a joke. A joke. When they're not opening up their legs like a cheap hooker to let people in, they're getting themselves sent off. We could have had no arguments if Trent was sent off for that second one. None. And look, Van Dijk gave the ref a decision to make. The ref made it. It's a red. Why give him the decision? Captain, leader, gobshite. You know what? Regardless of where you stand on the red card, regardless of it, it's once again just showed us Liverpool fans how bad our squad is. Trent should have been off after 15 minutes, but he's still on the pitch. Van Dijk, again, depends on where you stand on the red card, but now he's off. Leadership all week, building up for it. For what? For what? Bunch of gobshites at the moment, lads. All led by that clown in Boston who doesn't give a damn. Look, I'm not arguing on the red. When I shout red, 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 I mean the stupidity of it all. The ref makes his decision, red or not red, whatever. My point is, we're now absolutely threadbare as a squad already because John is a moron. John, you're a moron! A moron! Thank you for the super chat, by the way, mate. Said last man went through the player, clear red. DL's all for Gomez, by the way. Stop your moaning and try supporting the lads. Go fuck yourself, you gobshite. Stop your moaning. Trent's playing like Stevie Wonder. Verd's kicking the legs off the lad as the last man. And I'm supposed to support them. Support what? They're shite. What am I supporting? Mediocrity. Lads on 200 grand a week that can't fucking trap a football. And I'm supposed to be supportive of that? Mate, if an 8-year-old did that in training, you'd pull them up. Not a nearly 200 grand a week vice captain who can't put his foot in a damn ball. And I'm supposed to support them. Like a... Yay! I'm supposed to get behind that. No! Be better! Oh my days, Alisson. What a save. What a save. Wow. Alisson Becker, take a bow. Oh my God, what a save. What a goalkeeper. That is amazing from Alisson. Wow. Get these flaming owners gone. Once we're getting overrun and these owners don't give a damn, sign a 30-year-old after letting go of a 31-year-old and DM and Fabinho. Tell me how signing a similar age as a rebuild to Nathan Allen. Mate, our owners are a disgrace. But so are the players. Like, let's be fair. These are professional footballers playing like they've just met each other on a blind date. What did they work on in training all week? Craig, I did tell you Trent's not a natural right back. He should play as a real number 10 where Southgate now plays him. He shouldn't play at all at the minute, Kim, my friend. Thank you for your super chat, and you did say it. He's a liability at the minute. Like, this game, from the first 5 minutes, it told us where his head was at. Getting booked, almost getting sent off, then gives the ball away 4 times, then forgets to put his foot on a ball. It is truly baffling, the levels of mediocrity that we have to put up with because we've got nobody else. The levels of mediocrity that we're being subjected to because we've got nobody else. And a manager who just wants to put his hands in his ears and go la 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 la. Now we've got an entire game to go through, and you know what's going to happen, right? The lads are going to get tired. And when you get tired, you're more prone to injury. So the idea or the possibility of an additional kick in the nuts from this game is still wide open. Because the rest of the boys now have to play through an hour with 10 men. All because Verge is an idiot and Trent forgot how to play football. And I don't give a damn how much of a fan you are. If that doesn't make your blood boil, I don't know what will. Stop telling us what you're going to do all week in training and go out on the pitch and fucking concentrate. You absolute bunch of donkeys. The whole rest of this game now is damage limitation. That's all it is. Excuse me. Kane said, "Morning, Craig. It's 2:07 a.m. here in Melbourne on a Monday. Not a great start to the week." Well, props to you for getting up so early to watch the game. And yeah, not a great start to the week. And I think our week's only going to get more difficult, unfortunately, Kane, as the window comes to a close. Watch us win the appeal. These refs are shocking, said Callum Munty. Look, he got the ball, Van Dijk, but you have to look at what happened before he got the ball. Did his knee connect with, was it Isak's knee? I think probably is the answer. So yes, you can say he got the ball, and he did get the ball, but hand on heart, trying to be real about the situation and give you my honest opinion, I think it was a foul. And if it was a foul, then the ref has to decide, is he the last man? He was the last man. In that regard, you know, I'm trying to be honest. I feel like he caught him with his upper leg before he won the ball. That's my honest feeling. Matip, Trent, ball forward to Gakpo. Oh, lads. I feel Cody could have done a bit better in that situation, but Newcastle now. Almiron, reverse ball. How did Robertson not get there ahead of Trippier? Wake up, Robbo. Fans at the next home game need to have a sit-in protest, said Gary. We need to get to half-time here, first and foremost. And not concede again before half-time. It's not looking great, lads. These owners they set the club up for mediocrity and failure. And we're having to sit through this week after week and be lied to and told that we're doing everything we can. We're trying. The lads that are out there aren't good enough. We've said it time and time again. Look at the two players in this game that have made two mistakes. Virgil van Dijk and Trent. Neither of them have any competition. Neither of them. Why do you think maybe their lackadaisical attitude gets to come to the fore all the time? Because there's nobody breathing down the back of their neck. There's nobody fighting for the shirt with them. They can do what they want. Our captain and our vice captain are the reason we're losing this game. Let that sink in. Our captain and our vice captain are the very reason we're losing this game. And neither of them have any competition for places against them. That's why it's important that we have a strength of squad. That's why it's important that that cheap fuck over in Boston starts to spend money. Because if you don't have that competition for places, people get too relaxed, too overconfident, and this type of performance happens again. You say it's the players' fault, which it is, and I'm not saying it isn't, but they shouldn't be in the 11. Klopp picks them, but if no one else, these owners have asked to sign anyone. So I hope I just, in a kind of happy coincidence, Nathan, covered your super chat there with my last little response, mate. Look, it's on the owners to build a squad out and Klopp. Yes, 100%. I can't argue against that. But lad, come on, let's be fair. Not trapping a football is Trent's fault, not FSG's. Van Dijk making an unnecessary challenge in a dangerous area which led to a red isn't the owner's fault. It's Van Dijk's fault. Now, the lack of competition or availability for Klopp to make a difference in team selection, yes, that's on Klopp and the owners. Trent now. Ball pulled back to Salah. Out left to Robertson. McAllister. So, yeah, free kick to Liverpool. McAllister tugged back. Jesus Christ. Right. Trent cost us the Champions League final last year. It cost us too many Premier League points during the season. Why can't Klopp see? I don't know, Kim. I guess because he can play a forward pass. Klopp seems to think that he can get away with being shite defensively. But, you know, we're just idiots, Kim. We're not allowed to say these things. Four minutes, by the way, added on at the end of the first half. 4 minutes of stoppage time. Just get in at half time and let's hope we can pinch something on a counter or something second half to try and at least grab a point from this game. But it's just heartbreaking stuff, lads. And not only that, like Newcastle are obviously growing in confidence. We'd started off the game promisingly. We were pressing. We looked like we were setting the tempo. And it was a fairly even exchange. And then Trent started to just misplace passes. And his head's not been screwed on. It's very clear to see. And he's your vice captain. I'm going to say that again. You're a captain or a vice captain. You're supposed to be setting an example. You're supposed to be leading people out there. All Trent has done is lead lambs to the slaughter here, basically. Jason93, welcome to Anfield Agenda FC, mate. Be a corner to Liverpool here at the end of the first half. 47 minutes played. To be honest, I did say in the chat it's the players' fault, but they don't care because they know they'll be picked week in and week out. We let go of captain. We let go of captain, pick a player that isn't good enough to play alone, let alone be captain. It's inexcusable or inexcusable not to trap a football. Put your foot on a ball. Like, literally, that's what we're talking about for their goal. Trent not being able to put his foot on a ball. Vice captain of one of the biggest clubs in the world, not able to put his foot on a ball. And why is it? It's because he wasn't concentrating. Clearly, there is no other reason or no other excuse. It's because he wasn't concentrating. And that's on him. Nobody else. This is gonna be a tough watch, lads. Craig, Salah shouldn't have passed to him. Gordon was... We're blaming Salah for that. Come on, dude. That's a stretch. If Gordon was too close to him and Trent didn't feel he had time, just put his foot through it. Launch the ball long. Clear it. So I'm not having Salah's a fault for that, to be fair. That's on Trent. Jason X, thank you for the super chat, mate. Much appreciated. Nothing to do with Salah there, dude. That's all on Trent. It's half time at St James's Park, and at half time Newcastle lead by a goal to 0, and Liverpool are also down to 10 men. Our captain Virgil van Dijk sent off, meaning no Virg for the Villa game, no Virg for the 2 games after the international break. Trent's walking a tightrope. Joke. Did you just mute to burp? No, cough. Mate, I coughed. Any solution? Yeah, sign players. I know, it sounds obvious, right? Sign players. Lads, Trent shouldn't be out there for the second half. I don't care. Klopp needs to grow a pair. He's on a yellow. He's cost us a goal. He's given the ball away 4 or 5 times. He's a liability. Take him off. I don't give a damn who he puts at right back. Put Costas in defence and move Joe across. I really don't give a shit at this point. But if Klopp doesn't bench Trent and drag his ass off, he's once again just reinforcing this belief that they can do what they want. That there are no repercussions for failure. That there are no repercussions for stupidity. That there are no repercussions for not doing your damn job. Leaders need to lead. Klopp's a leader. Set the tone. Pull the clown off. Lewis said, don't want to hear any more excuses from the club about why no more players are getting signed in this window, but it's okay because we're live within our means FC. Yeah. We're not even living in our means, mate. We're basically showing up with butter vouchers to the transfer window. People saying easy to say. Yeah, it's very easy to say because it's fucking true. Easy to say. No, what's easy is to keep picking the same donkeys every week. What's easy is the ball making a tough decision. That's what's easy. What's difficult is to be a leader, to step up, to show an example, to set the tone to those young players coming through that if you're not at it and you're not good enough, you ain't playing. So no, it's not easy to say. It's what a leader should do. Klopp needs to grow a pair, get Trent into that dressing room and tell him to get his ass into the shower because it's not coming out for the second half because he's been shy. That's a fact. Craig probably never played a game in his life. Capped for Ireland as an international goalkeeper, you little fuck. How'd you like those apples? Will I wait for your apology, dickhead? Yeah, that's right. Under 14, under 16. Played at a very high level. Know the game inside out. Know more about football than your dumb ass will ever know. So don't come at me because our manager's a coward. If you don't have the balls to stand up and call this unacceptable on every goddamn level, from the owners to the manager to your vice captain, then that's on you. Do you want me to get another mic to drop, bitch? Or are we done? Phillips, Kwanzaa are the backup for now. Like how? I don't know what to say. We've got three problems at the football club as I see it right now. No squad depth in positions where there is no competition for places, so laziness is going to set in. Our manager hasn't got the guts to call out the owners and hasn't got the balls to drop the players who aren't playing. And we'll be told, as football fans, that, oh, we're living within our means. We're doing the right thing by the club. No, you're not. You're being a coward. Trent has been shit. He should have been off after 15 minutes. Because Trent was allowed to continue to play and be shit, he then concedes a goal for us by forgetting to put his foot on the ball and should have been sent off. But don't worry, our actual captain stepped up for that one and got himself sent off. It's a joke. Your manager gets paid to make tough calls. He gets paid to make the big decisions. And Klopp is continuing to show faith in somebody that is not repaying the faith. So you've got to say either the manager's pig-headed or deluded. But either way, Trent shouldn't be coming out for the second half. Love this club. Seeing this hurt so much. Need to change, said Jason X. Yes, and as Gary said in the chat there, our producer, we're one red card or one Trent foul away from this becoming a mauling. A mauling. And don't forget, we now don't have Verge for the next 3 games. So no Verge versus Villa, no Canade versus Villa. You're going to have Joe Gomez and Joe Matip as the centre-backs now against Villa. Let that sink in. Night Journey, thank you for the super chat. So let's have a look at the bench. Disgrace of a team. So we have Bajcetic, Costas, Elliott, Darwin, Jota, Doak, Kwanzaa, Kelleher. That's our bench left. Let me pitch this to you and tell me if you agree or disagree. Excuse me, agree or disagree. You will agree with me, I would say, that it's highly unlikely that Liverpool get out now of this game, right? Best case scenario, maybe a draw. Best case scenario. So let me pitch this to you. Why not drag Trent off now? Why not show him that he's a liability and he needs to work on stuff in a game where, let's be honest, we're very, very unlikely to get something from now? So get rid of Trent, bring on Costas, push Joe over to right back and switch this up a little bit. Or we continue to show the likes of Trent and Verge that their poor performances, poor decision making and a lack of concentration isn't going to get punished. That's my pitch to you guys right now. If I'm in that dressing room and I'm Jurgen Klopp, I see an opportunity to lay down a marker, to drag Trent off and show him that he needs to pull up his socks. Because if he allows him back out, he's reinforcing that players are bigger than him. Because Trent is shite right now. Klopp should have subbed Trent for Gomez with a back three, said Matt. There was another one there. By Cecic and CDM and Endo moved to centre back. Thoughts? Absolutely open to that. I'm open to any combination of players that you can put together that sees Trent getting an early shower. Because if we don't send this message, what message is this to the young players? If you're Doak, if you're Bradley, Morton, what message is this sending to them that the standards don't need to be adhered to once you're a captain or vice captain? The standards don't need to be met once you're an established player. That's the message you're sending to the next group of players coming through. That everything I'm going to talk to you about, all these standards set in training, all the levels, it's all bollocks. If your name is Trent or Verge. You either set standards, hit those standards, demand those standards, or you don't. There can't be half measures. Zek Lakovic, thank you, mate, for joining Anfield Agenda FC. So even if it's only a 1-game ban for Verge, still going to be a ban against Aston Villa in a very difficult game. So whether it's 1-game ban or 3, we've had to play an hour of the game. The lads are going to have more minutes and more running in their legs. That's going to lead to other possibilities for injuries. And again, all because of a lack of squad depth, a lack of competition, and a lack of courage from our manager to speak up. Painful viewing. Hope this helps. Much love, said Joe. Thank you, Joe. Mate, it's soul destroying, pal. You wait 8 days for this. 8 days since we last played. You build up all week. You know it's a tough game. We've said it before. 50-50 game. Very difficult. Newcastle are a very good side. And to be fair to Newcastle, I've no complaints about them in this first half. They done nothing. Newcastle went about their business. It was our own stupidity, naivety, and lack of concentration that's landed us here. I love the signings of Szoboszlai and McAllister, but this window is sadly being clouded by stinginess, said Eugene. Klopp needs to quit the loyalty to lazy players. Yes, sir. He does. And here's why I'm so angry about it. Because it's Klopp's legacy that's getting destroyed. And he's either happy about that and continues down this road of trusting these donkeys that are letting him down, or he grows a pair and said, I'm fighting for my legacy here, as well as players that are actually going to listen. So I'm saying this from a point of view of loving Jurgen Klopp and not wanting this crap to happen over and over again. I'm absolutely frustrated. We need another centre-back, said Anthony. Brian, thank you for your super chat. Very kind again. Said Trent has to come off. There's only downside if he stays on. There's no decision here. It's obvious. So people are asking me for my thoughts on the red card. I'm going to be honest. And if it upsets people, it's my true opinion. Did Verge get the ball? Yes. But before he got the ball, my thought process is that either his thigh or his knee, when he was coming across Isak, hit him, fouled him, and that's what caused Isak to go to ground. So then the referee has a decision to make. Was he the last man? I think he was. I think in this there wasn't going to be a covering player getting near him. So if I'm saying it's a foul, I also think I have to say it's a red card. So I think it was a fair decision. I'm angry about it. I'm frustrated about it. But I always try to be honest about it. And I think Verge got him with his knee or his leg, and that's what caused Isak to go down, and that's why it was a red card. That's my honest take on it. More views on the kickoff and the club combined, said River. I mean, look, I can only do my own thing, you know, mate. And look, I've nothing but love for other channels. Loads of great content creators out there covering this game. We're happy to be, you know, in the mix with the big boys. But what I'm not happy with is the performance again. The lack of concentration again. The arrogance again. Klopp needs to stop that inverted play. It's not Trent in the inverted role. You're asking Trent to go into midfield and then come back and defend. Play Trent at right back. That super chat came in from DJ Brains. Thank you, mate. Appreciate your input. So, look, I've asked. Let's have a poll. What's the poll say? Let's Gary, can we get a poll and ask the chat do they think it was a red card? Because they've asked me and I've given you my honest take on it. But let's ask you guys if it was a red card. Is Diaz injured? No, we got taken off, mate, when Verge got sent off and replaced by Joe Gomez. Robbo not great these days, said Rabadam. Thank you, Gary. Much love, man. Again, can we get some love for Gary playing a blinder? This is the first watch along that Gary has produced in the background. So can we get some love in the chat for Gary as well? He had me in his ear a little bit beforehand, being my usual cranky self, but you'll get used to me. It's all love, really. Do you think there'll be any more transfers for a centre-back in the remaining window which compete with Van Dijk and Canada? There just has to be, mate, Gaming. Like, it's just a dereliction of duty. If we don't bring in a centre-back, the manager's plainly said it himself all window. He wants a centre-back. So, one of the battles in our squad battle segment was going to be Trent against Trippier. I think that's going to be a very easy decision in the squad battle part of our post-match content coming up. So again, don't forget to stay with us. It's a new segment that we're launching on Anfield Agenda called Squad Battle. I'm going to pick 5 areas of the pitch. For instance, our right back, their right back. Who had the better game? I'm going to weigh it up. We're going to make a decision. And then we're going to give you a combined 11 from the game. Who deserves to be in it. And I hope you guys enjoy it. It's a new segment we're working on. Not really going to be many Liverpool players in it today looking by things. But there we are. Do you think it's a red card? Yes or no? Up to you guys to say. Second half's about to get underway. Newcastle playing from left to right. And we're underway in the second half. Eugene said, also forgot to say in the last chat, best Liverpool fan channel because you're passionate and not blowing smoke up the owner's backside. We cannot let this crop of talent, Szoboszlai, McAllister, Ibu, Diaz, Gakpo go to waste. Eugene, I'm right with you on that, mate. A lot of this squad is spot on, mate. A lot of it is great. But our defence is an embarrassment. And our lack of depth in midfield isn't great. Any subs? Not that I'm aware of, no. I'm just checking I didn't miss anything. Cool. Right, Gordon now in possession. Is anybody else frustrated that Trent's still on the pitch? Gordon with a cross in. Oh, Jesus Christ. Matip misses it. Gomez clears the second one. Newcastle back in possession. I don't understand how he's still on, lads. I don't. Gordon now again. It's going to be a long second. He cuts inside Trent, who obviously can't challenge him. Gordon pulls it back. And the challenge goes in on Isak, and Alisson falls down on the ball. Who would we sub on for Trent? I've said this before, as somebody else mentioned, we could bring on Costas and shift somebody across and pull Costas at right back. I really don't care. Anybody who understands how to put their foot on top of a ball. Gakpo's down injured now in the middle of the park, by the way, so let's hope he's okay. He gets brought down by a combination of Joelinton and Tonali. From this season, only international fouls in the penalty box on a player through on goal will be punished with a red card from the rule book. Intentional fouls in the penalty box. Okay, cool. But that was outside the box. So how, Ian, I'm not sure. Gone by that rule, mate, as you've read it out, shouldn't have been a red. Kwanzaa is also on the bench as an option. You missed my super shot. Sorry, Capelot. Let me scroll back up, dude. Give me 2 secs, Capelot. I'll find that for you now, mate. My apologies. It said the Nunez curse for not starting. I don't think it's anything to do with Nunez, to be fair to you, mate. I think it's more the fact that Verge made a stupid decision and Trent just not very good at the minute. Diaz was sub because usually when a defender gets sent off, what you do is you take off an attacker to make sure that you've got enough defenders on. So really difficult one. Really difficult one that for Klopp to have to make, but oh. Where's the guy who put in a fake? There we go. You're gone. Thank you, Lance, for getting rid of him. No timing out. Make sure you hide him. He's gone. Anyone who puts in fake stuff, gone, mate. Thank you, Lance, for your help. Any fake scores, moderators, no timeouts or and straight to ban, please, guys. It's the lowest of the low towards our other users from these people that put in the fake stuff. So appreciate all your help, though, guys. You're doing really well today. Thank you. Newcastle in possession now. This is going to be a long second half. Plus, it's only deemed a genuine attempt has been made to play the ball, then the punishment will only be a yellow. Well, it was outside the box. It was definitely a genuine attempt to play the ball. But we were given a red, mate, as you've seen, so I'm as confused by it, Ian, as your good self. But, yeah. Yellow card. One of the Newcastle players for a foul on Alexis McAllister. It's hard to watch Trent get cooked by Joelinton, said Tommy. It is. But look, 11 against 11, this was going to be a tough game, mate, because Newcastle are a very, very good side. When you go and, you know, give them a goal and then get sent off, it's just soul destroying. We've all waited 8 days for this. And this is what we're getting. But let's see if we can pinch a goal. Well, it's 1-0. You've always got a hope. Ball back with Pope. Robertson. Ball goes out of play. Newcastle ball. Klopp ain't happy, but nor are we, Jurgen. Ball back with Ali. To Matip. Press comes on. Come on, move, Joel. Gomez. Just go long, Joe. As my soul is destroyed. I'm genuinely hurting looking at this. I'm sure you guys are as well. Newcastle can just toy with us for the whole second half now. Just make the pitch big and drag the ball around. Come on, but again, look, Newcastle are just moving it around, waiting for the spaces to open up ahead. Now they've played through a press. It's out to Gordon. Strike from him, straight at Alisson, thankfully. Like, here's another reason why Trent shouldn't be on the pitch. He can't make a challenge now. He can't try to tackle Gordon. What's the point in keeping him on there? If he wants to keep Trent on the pitch, he should at least move Gomez to right back and put Trent into midfield and drop Endo back. So Trent doesn't have to make the challenges that he's going to have to make on Gordon. He's just basically given Gordon a free pass, Jurgen, in the second half. He's basically told Anthony Gordon, you can do what you want, because he's stuck Trent. It's just weird. It doesn't make sense. Newcastle are just playing a rondo now, just moving the ball around in little triangles. This is a training exercise. That's what this is turning into. Elliott's getting ready to come on. Sell Salah, please. We need the money. He's past it, said Casper's Photography. Newcastle 1-2. Gordon, ball back across. Ooh, thankfully Tonali couldn't bring it under control and Alisson keeps it in play. McAllister, Robertson. Straight back to Newcastle. It's just more pressure from Newcastle. Matip now. Szoboszlai, he's fouled. Free kick Liverpool. Still no sign of the change yet from Klopp, as Elliott was stripped off and ready to come on. And then the free kick's just wasted. We just go long and it's straight back with Nick Pope. Is anybody else just feeling really sad? Because I feel heartbroken, lads. Newcastle on the attack now. Tonali. Ball across. Trent gets back, puts it behind for a corner. Newcastle try a long shot. Goes high and wide, goal kick. I cannot believe we'll now only have 2 senior centre-backs after the rebuild. The owner sold us. We just have Gomez and Matip available now. Yeah, it's a disgrace. Here comes Jota and Elliott. Endo's coming off. And Gakpo's coming off for Elliott and Jota. Seabrooks, our owners are a joke. I've said it all summer, mate. I've said it longer than that. And I told you we were going to be one injury or one suspension away from a crisis, and here we are. Canada is a muscle strain. He's not back till the 16th of September. And Van Dijk's got himself sent off, so he's not available for the Villa game. So we're going to have a choice of Kwanzaa, Matip and Gomez to fill 2 centre-back places. If we lose this game, we'll have already dropped 5 points this season from a possible 9. And Villa coming up next. Our owners are a disgrace. Anyone who backs them, you're a disgrace. They have no more interest in us being successful. None. Zero. They've no ambition. They're pussies, cowards, charlatans, spoofers, liars. And anything that happens now is just going to be a panic again, rather than a plan. If FSG don't use the 100 mil we're playing and spending anyway, I feel now the season's over already. Praying it's not, but I can't be arsed. Daniel Nelson, thank you for your super chat. Ian said, fans begging for FSG to sell, just not to the Wolves. Yeah, just piss off, John. Honestly. Absolute gobshite owner. I don't get it. He's always leaves us just that little bit away. We're like 2 signings away from being good to go. 3 away from being absolutely solid. A fullback, a defender, and a midfielder, and we're golden. But no. John has to cheap out as always. Jota. And Klopp's equally as culpable for allowing him away with this nonsense. And just, it's just been too much of a coward to speak out. I understand we're working within our means, but you're not working within your means. You're working like a beta boy to an owner who's dominating and domineering you. Will you allow him to do it and destroy your own legacy, Klopp? Just speak out. Speak up. The fans will all get behind you. We all know John's a spoofer. But Klopp telling that we work within our means just doesn't help. Corner in from Liverpool. It's cleared by Newcastle. Second ball with McAllister. How is Trent vice captain? No shout, no giving orders, no passion, no nothing. Hendo did all those things. This is what I meant when we've no leaders anymore, said Nathan. Yes. I mean, I don't have anything to add to what you've said, mate. You've different types of leaders. Vocal or those who lead by example. Trent does neither. I feel sad. Liverpool fan for 58 years. FSG are destroying us. I give up. Season is over. FSG out, said Roger. And how depressing is that to say, mate, already? We're not even finished the transfer window. We're only 3 games in, but we've already thrown away the league. I want to know what FSG supporters are thinking right now, said Nessie. Why bring Jota on when Darwin has pace? Use him, said Daniel Nelson. That's a good point, Daniel. You know what? I can't argue. And at least if nothing else from Darwin, Daniel, you'll get passion and fight. You can't win a league by Christmas. You know that old saying. But you can lose one. We're going to lose it by August. In a season where City are clearly not at their best, we haven't given ourselves a chance to go and fight for that title. We're on track to get rid of 5 points in 9. Hardly a rebuild. Hardly having to build your hopes on. Hardly having to put positivity throughout the fan base. It's the same old. And there'll be nothing but excuses. There's always excuses. Nobody at this club ever takes responsibility. There's always just excuses. Oh, but this, but that. Yeah, but Trent shit. Núñez would at least give us a bit of fight now. Because at the moment it's just like a game of let's keep the score down and hope we can pinch something. And that's what you have to do with 10 men. But, oh, well done. Good play. Go on, Robbo. Unlucky. Just too many men back for Newcastle. What are your thoughts on us signing Endo? It's difficult to know, yeah, to be fair, because I don't think Endo's played in a game that hasn't involved a red card yet for Liverpool. So difficult to really know, to be fair, to Endo or to Klopp on that signing. Oof. Gordon cuts inside, has a strike at goal, but thankfully for us goes wide. McAllister gives the ball straight back to Newcastle. Again, we're just chasing shadows here as Newcastle move the ball around. Almost 65 on the clock. If we lose first time in 8 years to Newcastle, well, to be fair, they haven't been in the top division for that long either, so. But thank you, Jack, for your super chat, mate. We're getting 5th again, said Arthur. Well, do you know what, Arthur? 5th will get us Champions League football, so at this point, 5th would be a godsend. We're a complete joke, said Pears. We're tied with these capitalists like John only caring about filling their pockets with money. It's not like, yes, it's on the owners. Of course it is. No argument for me on that. But the players are also culpable. I've said this before. There are 3 players in our squad who have no competition. Salah, Trent, Verge. And when you've no competition, you know you can phone it in and still get picked. The fact Trent Alexander-Arnold is still on this pitch now is an indictment of Jurgen Klopp's courage. You ignored my last super chat. First time Núñez on. Ignored it or perhaps missed it because I'm trying to comment on a game, read chat and comment on chat. And I may have missed it, mate. It definitely wasn't on purpose, but, you know, I'll go back and find it now for you. Next time, maybe don't spit your dummy out. Said, I agree with you, Klopp needs to man up. So there you go. I found your super chat. Thank God you enlightened us with all of that. Dude, chill. Do you know what I mean? I know it's ironic coming from me, but it's hard to look at all the chat, mate. Oh, Salah should have scored. There was a chance there for Mo, but blocked from the Newcastle player. This loss is a blessing in disguise to get FSG out, said Flo. Craig, you missed my, I'm only joking with you. I feel really guilty when I miss Super Chats, mate, because I know it's people's hard-earned money, and I appreciate every single one of them. But I don't miss it on purpose if I miss one. Pope comes out and punches the corner away. As a United fan, I know the feeling about owners of the Honest Tiger. The thing is, though, mate, and look, I'm not trying to... I'm not trying to undermine how bad your owners are, but at least your managers get money to spend. You know? And look, I'm with you, the Glazers are horrendous owners. But God, I'd love Jurgen to have some of that transfer budget. Oh, no, Mr. L hates you. I didn't, mate, sorry. It's just, please don't apologise, dude. All good. Thank you for your comment. And you weren't being rude, man. I'm just a bit, touchy at the minute. Much love, dude. Thank you. Who do we sign to make this up, said Black Square. Well, I think Hincapie would be great. He didn't play for Bayer Leverkusen because he's still coming back from a little knock, I think. So Hincapie would be helpful. We still need another midfielder. And, if we can do that when the window closes, that would be at least giving us an opportunity. But, we don't know what's going to happen with the Mo situation either. And look, somebody made a very good point during the week. Like, in one way, Salah must look around and go, where's the ambition? And I get that, like. If you're Mohamed Salah, you expect Liverpool to do what they say they're going to do, which is rebuild this squad and give them a chance to fight for titles. The owners aren't doing that. So if Salah has his head turned, it's understandable to some extent. If Mo goes, I'm not going to hold it against them. Unlike Hendricks, if Mo goes, I'll understand it. Corner. Cleared away. Alisson on the halfway line. Plays the ball to Trent. Trent tries a long ball, goes straight through to Pope. Osmosis 909 said, what can we actually do to get the owners out? If they do not want to sell and just want to continue to milk the club dry, what can we actually do? Fan base is powerless. We're not powerless. We've shown before if everybody comes together, mate, and that's what it's going to take. It's going to take all of the cowards to grow a pair and actually start calling out the owners and then calling out the sponsors and doing what we did previously, which is building up the negative PR, the bad press, and they will fold. John W. Henry and FSG have shown when pressure's put on, they will fold. So first things first is we need to get all the fan base together. And while you still have a few cowards who are getting access, not speaking up, and a few journalists who are pussies, what can you do? You need to get everybody together, and I don't know what it's going to take to get some people to that. It's all good. We've invested in women's golf, said Ryan. Joke, yeah. It's alright though, Ryan, because the FSG are in expansion mode, so we're all good. They're going to buy more clubs. Isn't that great? That's all great for us. I'm sure ourselves and the Boston Red Sox fans are only delighted to hear that FSG are going to invest in more clubs that they can shaft. Double change for Newcastle here. Harvey Barnes and Callum Wilson coming on. And here comes Gordon off. And still Newcastle 1, the mentality midgets 0. We're in complete crisis like Everton if Mo goes, said Pearsberg. Ethan said we need a centre-back and a central midfielder if we don't get FSG out. DS Cans, thank you for your super chat. You didn't put a comment in, but appreciate you. The Wolf of All Street said, sell Salah and bring in Musialowski. Well, Musialowski's going, mate. He's going to an Austrian club, if I'm not mistaken. I'm fairly sure I read that during the week that Musialowski's off to a club in Austria. Matip to McAllister. Elliott. Again, press comes on from Newcastle. Liverpool are forced to just play it straight away. Joelinton, he is a back for Newcastle. By the way, if you want to jump on and join the sensible people in the FSGO campaign, feel free to go to the Anfield Agenda Twitter or X account and use our profile picture for FSGO. Because the more of us that change, the more of us that use our social profiles to show the world what we think of these owners, it's a start. And by the way, as much as I am FSGO, Klopp's not getting a free pass. Klopp's every bit as culpable here. And if you can't distinguish between me being able to support and love Klopp and call him out when he's wrong, I can't help you. But Jurgen's culpable for this. Very much so. Greetings from Cork. Thank you, Devoid Dude. Much love, my man. McAllister. Ball back with Trent now. Into the right channel looking for Mo. Unlucky Mo. Nick Pope comes out playing sweeper keeper. Heads it out for a throw in. 2 balls on the pitch. So rather than the 2 balls being on the pitch and us getting the ball in the drop ball, this referee decides to give Newcastle a throw in and ignore the second ball on the pitch. Great, making up the rules again as they go along. Typical refereeing performance. Heartbroken. Newcastle have hit the post. Almiron cuts inside, has the strike, hits the post. Now it's in the Newcastle corner. "75 minutes on the clock. Tough day this, lads. If you are new to the channel, guys, please do hit the subscribe button. Corner now to Newcastle. Deep one. Joelinton heads it down. Matip hooks it away. 76 minutes on the clock. Still Newcastle lead by a goal to 0. Thank you, Benedict. Appreciate you. Darwin and Kwanzaa coming on now for Liverpool. Gerald Kwanzaa and Darwin coming on for the last 13 plus stoppage time. McAllister, one of the players coming off. Matip, the other one coming off. Trent still on somehow. Again, great example this is setting from Jurgen. That Calamity Trent can stay out there again for a full 90. This is just the dereliction of duty from Klopp. It's a joke. I don't care how big a supporter you are of Klopp. The fact Trent will finish the game on this pitch is a disgrace. Glad to see the only manager can stand thing is working, said Ian. Good experience this for Kwanzaa. Gomez now to Robertson. Back with Allison. 12 minutes to go. Szoboszlai to Kwanzaa. Ball infield to Mo. Elliott. Good ball to Darwin in the right channel. Darwin's control let him down there. Darwin tried to bring the ball down, and instead of knocking it ahead of him to run onto it, he tries to cut back inside, and all that does is sets Newcastle on a counter, which they almost score from. Game's starting to get stretched, obviously, as we get a little bit desperate looking for an equaliser. Going to leave space there for Newcastle to exploit. .79 minutes on the clock. Liverpool in possession. Jota. Darwin tries to find Jota again, but was too far ahead of him. Robertson. Elliott. He's fouled. How's that not a yellow? How is that not a yellow, ref? Szoboszlai goes short with the free kick. Trent. Ball moved out right hand side. Kwanzaa. He's dispossessed by Joelinton. Throw into Liverpool. Joelinton's gone down with a boo-boo on his knee. Robbo. Gakpo. Trent. Oh, Darwin, go on. Darwin. Yes! Go on, son! 1-1. Darwin Hornes! 1-1. Go on! Go on! What a strike from Darwin. What a strike. She's tasty, folks. She's tasty. Edge of the box. Rifles it into the bottom corner. Beautiful ball. Salah plays it off to Jota. Ball comes off the back of Dan Burn. Breaks to Darwin. Buries it. Rifled through it. Bottom corner. Pope no chance. What a strike. What a strike. Thank you, Darwin. One. Now we need to see it out. Come on, boys. What a strike. What a finish. And they've worked hard in this second half to keep themselves in the game. I can just see it now. Get a winner and we don't need any more signings articles coming out. Don't. No. Stop your networking. Stop now. You know, well done, Darwin Núñez. Well, you get your chance and you take it. Much love, dude. Thank you. What a finish. Now we need to not, you know what I mean, touch wood and all, but man on. Sobbits line to the left channel. Go on, boys. Oh, unlucky. Oh, Soboslai's blocked. Newcastle look like they're rocking. They're shaking. Come on, boys. Mr. L hates it. I said on my super chat, Núñez, let's go. What a strike from Darwin. Buries it. Beautiful goal. There's something that the cop wants you to know. Darwin ain't no money grabbing hoe. A number 9. Passing the ball and he'll score every time. Hopefully Jurgen can give Núñez more games now, said Auzila. Thank you for the super chat. Ball goes behind for Liverpool goal kick. Darwin picks up a yellow card for being too handsome. What a strike from Darwin. I could watch that all day. Injury, by the way, player down, getting a bit of treatment. So let me just remove the... Would I be happy with a point? Yes, sir. Studley, before the game, I predicted a draw. So, after what's happened, would I take a draw? You bet your ass I would, dude. Bite your hand off right now for this result. Not Craig and his singing skills. You're trying to say my singing isn't magnificent. So... not release the album is what I'm hearing. Matt Target on to replace Dan Burn. Or Sven Botman, sorry. Sven Botman off. Matt Target on for Newcastle. Trent heads the ball back into midfield. Come on, boys. Come on. Work, 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 work. Come on, boys. 3 minutes plus stoppage time to go. Yes, they overhit it. Go on, Ali. That's it. Chest it down. Take your time, Ali. You shouldn't have picked that up that early, dude. Why is the clock in my, like, not moving? I swear this clock's gone backwards now. Oh. Newcastle, chance left side. Stand them up, Trent. Stand them up. That's it. That's it. Keep good, boys. Well done. "88 minutes. Come on, boys. Cleared and blocked. Oh, I thought Newcastle were in there. Oh my days. Newcastle on the attack. Don't drop off him! Strike from distance, Alisson save. Don't be dropping off, giving him the space to run into for a strike. Newcastle screaming for handballs when it hits Robertson's back. Okay. We're in the 89th minute now. 1-1. Liverpool are dropping deeper and deeper here as Newcastle are obviously pushing in search of a winner. We need to be a bit disciplined. Don't drop too deep. Clear, clear. Callum Wilson skies his shot goal kick. Come on, boys. Five minutes added on. 5 minutes. Come on, boys. Hold this out. Hold it out. Come on. Newcastle trying to go wide, make the pitch as stretched as possible. Stand up, Joe. Well in, Joe. Ball goes behind, goal kick. Well in, Joe. Jockeyed his man, lets it go behind, goal kick Liverpool. Come on, boys. Press Darwin. Go on. Keep pressing him, Darwin. Go on. Pope launches it long. Ref, that was a foul there on Gomez, but Jota, well in. Well in, Diogo. That's exactly what you want from your forwards. Buy a free kick. Run down the clock. Well in, Diogo. When's the player ratings video dropping? So what I'm going to do is match reaction as normal, and then we're going to go straight into a live match reaction, and then I'm going to do player ratings video, and then our brand new segment, squad battle. That's going to come up after the player ratings video. I'm going to pick 5 battles on the pitch and say who won. Their right back, our right back, things like that. So do keep an eye out for a squad battle, a new segment that we're dropping. It'll be out probably about 90 minutes after the game ends. But match reaction coming up straight after the game. Alisson gets down on it, thankfully. Newcastle still pushing, looking for a winner. So match reaction, then I'm going to record the player ratings. They'll be up. Then we're going to do the squad battle, new segment. Hope you guys enjoy that one. It's one I've been working on for a bit. Goal! Woo! 2-1! Go on! Take that, you PGMOL cheating twats! Woo! Woo! Darwin Núñez, Liverpool 2, Newcastle 1, Liverpool 2, Newcastle 1. Woo! How'd you like them apples, bitch? Praise be to Darwin, our number 9. Give him the ball and he'll score every time. Woo! I told you, said you're networking. Oh my days. Oh! Oh! I told myself Darwin double, said Daniel Nelson. Look. Sabrina, get the tissues, you're getting it. Woo! Come on. Clear this, boys. Clear this. Clear this, boys. Clear this. Come on. Pope's coming up from the back. We've had 6 now. Come on. Come on, ref. Ali's ball. Goal kick. Oh, Darwin, you big ledge bag, you! You big ledge bag! It's all over at St James's Park. 10-man Liverpool come from behind to beat Newcastle United. Take that, you absolute twats. Woo! 2-1. Darwin Núñez with a brace. Cometh the hour, cometh the man. That is his moment. Go on, boys. Go on. Can't buy me love, can't buy me love, can't buy me love. Go on, boys! 2-1. No need to get Newell on the new setup. Would be perfect time for him. I need to get him on, yes. Get in. We should just play with 10 men because 2 games now we've won after a send-it off. Great win, lads. He'll never walk alone. Thank you, Dark Phoenix. Oh, lads, what a result. What a result. Holy crap. Darwin Núñez, you're a ledge bag, sir. A big, dirty, beautiful ledge bag. Wow. Holy. Did not see this coming. Oh, wow. Thank you, Allison, for that big, big save earlier as well. Oh, my days. Woo! Oh, you can hear hearts breaking everywhere. Beautiful. Yes. Can't believe what I've just seen, Craig, said Kane. Anyone who doubts my man Núñez, go rethink your comments, said Colin. What a strike. Both of them. Darwin, you big dirty legend. Wow. Holy crap. Where did that come from? Klopp's still going to bench Darwin for no reason. Nah, he's not going to now. You can't do it now. I told you the man's going to have a moment. I thought it would be in the Europa League. But there you go. Lauren said, here you effing go, Craig. Núñez, thank you, Lauren. That's so kind of you, mate. Much love. Appreciate you. Oh, lads. I'm feeling things, lads. I'm not going to lie to you. There's a good chance the missus is getting it. There's a 9 out of 10 chance she's getting it. She's definitely getting it. Fuck yes. Fuck you, Newcastle. Fuck you, refs. And John W. Henry. The respawn of Jesus, Darwin Núñez, has saved us. Love Klopp and the energy. Oh, lads. I can't believe we've pinched that. I cannot believe we've only gone and pinched it. Those boys worked their asses off in the second half. I don't know what Trent's smirking for. He's nothing to be happy about from his performance. But wow, what a battle. What a battle from them boys in the second half. Wow. Over the moon, God bless Darwin, must start now. Oh, lads, I don't even know what to say. I don't even know what to say. That's mental. Match reaction link is pinned to the top of the chat, guys. I'm going to go get ready and set up for the match reaction. I will see you guys in 2 minutes time. Make sure you go in. Link pinned to the top of the live chat right now. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button before you head off. Saudi, your boys took a hell of a beating. Did you hear that, Saudi? A hell of a beating. Woo!